There are going to be opponents y'all play against in smaller buy-ins where this range is literally like aces, kings, and queens, since ace king would shove pre and jacks and tens would probably shove pre. If your opponent never bluffs, that range is extremely nutted and you can make like these insane hero fold.
Yeah, I guess I better play to win.
Oh my!
Oh my, no!
He makes the call with the queen four!
So now's where things are going to get spicy, and for what it's worth, I really like what Hellmuth's about to do next. What up, everybody? Today I got one of my all-time favorite hands for you. I mean, I am laughing just thinking about it, but to set the scene a little bit, Foxen's chip leader, they're at a PokerGo final table and in the 25K no limit. And so PokerGo payouts are relatively flat. So the pay jumps are very small relative to World Series of Poker, for example, where it's much more exponential. So in a flat payout structure such as this, you're actually way more incentivized to play for the next pay jump when you're short, because the future equity of winning the tournament isn't as valuable. Conversely, when you are at a World Series of Poker final table, it's much different, because being a top heavy payout, you're actually more incentivized to go for the win. So thinking about the payout structure when you are deep in things is really important. But just to break it down, Hellmuth and Nakamura are under tremendous ICM pressure, kind of waiting for the other one to bust. And I think that, you know, maybe Hellmuth loses sight of that here a little bit, but let's jump right in.
With the short stacks and the blinds.
So Foxen raises nines on the button. Super standard here. Min, effectively, with these two shorties is definitely the right size. And Hellmuth has the queen 4-0. So now's where things are going to get spicy. And for what it's worth, I really like what Hellmuth's about to do next. He's going to raise to 350,000 effectively, since he would fold, risking 290K more than the 60 to win the 275 that's out there. And so it only has to work maybe 51% of the time, 3% of the time to break even. And I would expect the chip leader on the button to have enough raise folds to make this a very plus EV decision, EV being expected value. And so from that perspective, I think this is really good, especially when you are leveraging your tight image to do something like this. I love it. He even chose a good combo, the queen 4-0, that blocks hands like ace queen that aren't folding pocket queens, makes it more likely Foxen has a hand like 8-9 off, or maybe, you know, ace deuce off that might fold, something like that. So I really like this here from Hellmuth, and let's watch him in action.
And you know Hellmuth believes that Foxen is just relentlessly trying to attack him. Never gives him credit for a hand. Oh, he's going to step right into it here. If these chips are serious, they look it to me, Jeff.
350?
Oh,
Timing a little off here for Hellmuth.
disaster for Hellmuth.
Disaster.
Makes it 350,000.
He's left himself less than 10 big blinds behind.
So it's worth noting here that Hellmuth is literally repping 10s plus. I think like pocket nines would shove. Ace king probably shoves his Hellmuth. So he's repping extremely narrow, but he really has this like tight image. So like it could work. Like I would expect that, maybe even based on Foxen's face here, that he's not particularly excited about going all in with this hand. But if your opponent's ever folding, then the risk reward is too great to fold a hand like this. There are going to be opponents y'all play against in smaller buy-ins where this range is literally like aces, kings, and queens, since ace king would shove pre and jacks and tens would probably shove pre. If your opponent never bluffs, that range is extremely nutted and you can make like these insane hero folds. However, you know, we do know Hellmuth is capable of getting spicy, and, you know, Foxen knows that. So what we'll see from him next is going to be pretty standard here. But I think his demeanor really shows that he's not like stoked about it.
Foxen knows this is either going snap call, snap fold. The second he does decide to just move it in.
And I think the announcer, Brent Hanks, there like says it right. Like he knows that this is either going to get snapped off or snap folded, because Hellmuth either has trash or monster. And surprise, surprise, that's actually not what happens next.
Just that shove.
He's like, oh, sweet, I didn't get snap called.
Or we posture and we act because we're Phil Hellmuth.
And now I'm sure Foxen's thinking like, oh, you know, he's just Hollywooding like Hellmuth does, no big deal.
What Phil Hellmuth does.
You caught me making a move.
That's good to hear.
540.
Well, this would be horrific.
just his inability to shuffle these chips here just shows how mentally flustered he is, in my opinion. Like, yes, the PokerGo Studio chips are actually quite slippery, but I mean, he's still very capable of shuffling them and counting them accurately without this, whatever the hell's going on.
Arguably one of the worst decisions of his poker career. Hellmuth, you're not going to stick it in with queen 4 off soon, right? How have we not folded yet?
So let's assume there's no ICM pressure and like, you know, you're playing a cash game, you step in the trap and you're like, oh shit, like what do I do now? So in case y'all don't know the math for a decision like this, he has to call 540K to win this 1.33. And the way to calculate the odds you need is the bet, 540, divided by the quantity of the bet plus the pot. So in this case, 540 plus 1.33, 540 divided by 1.87. He needs approximately 30% to break even here. His hand has probably less, definitely less than 30% versus range. Like this matchup right here is going to be 28%, but like Foxen can have ace queen and aces and kings and might even shove at some frequency. Kings would certainly shove, aces might not, but in general, he's not going to have enough equity. But then when you add in the ICM of the fact that like you call, you're out of this tournament a very high percentage of the time. This decision is only losing a little bit of chips, but a lot of money. And so that's the, you know, the beauty of these tournament final tables and ICM pressure exists, because there's instances where like, you know, Nakamura folds the small blind facing the open here, and he theoretically makes money every time he folds because at some frequency, Hellmuth busts the big blind. Whether it's he, you know, wakes up with eights and shoves and gets called, ace king and loses a flip, 3-bet calls the queen 4 and busts, you know. So there's plenty of options where when you're at a final table, folding actually makes money, which is such a unique aspect to this game, I think.
Still 9 bigs behind.
Let's just enjoy these expressions from both players for the next couple minutes. They're incredible.
Well, he's really selling it. Perhaps he forgot that we're streaming this.
You can see his hand.
I mean,
Is he genuinely considering?
50.
I hope not,
Certainly
Jeff,
getting
for
a
all
big
that is
number
sacred
now.
in the world of
Everybody else
poker.
can call you.
No one
No,
else.
nobody would call here
Not a
with the
single
queen 4.
person, Phil. No.
Only one Phil Hellmuth.
Very crafty 3-bet.
There's only one Phil Hellmuth. Every other player is like, okay, I got caught, I fold.
Absolutely nobody is putting the rest of the money in.
Like, at what point do you think he's like genuinely considering it?
Guy that can dodge bullets.
Like, clearly he was genuinely considering it the whole time, but like in Foxen's seat, I wonder when he's like, huh, is this guy actually going to call off with a bad hand?
I am
Every time.
I am just shocked that he is taking this much time with this decision that is not a decision. I don't even see time banks. Is he out of time banks?
No, he's got
Pay
some.
jumps 25,000.
Oh my God, he's considering putting it in with queen 4 off.
Yeah, I guess I better play to win.
Oh my!
Oh my, no.
He makes the call with the queen 4.
All right, so just so y'all know, some of my absolute favorite gifts in Telegram with like some of the chip leader coaching people are from this hand. And Foxen's face. Hopefully I have a chance to pause them on the good ones.
What is happening?
No.
9.
Well, it's Hellmuth all in and at risk with the queen 4. Up against the 2 9s of Alex Foxen. Hellmuth did find a way. He'd be at more than 30 bigs.
He's holding it together really well right now.
Just feels like he wants to try and dish out a dirty beat to Alex Foxen. This is out of spite, I think, Jeff.
Queen on the flop.
I mean, how does he do it? He's being rewarded for this at the moment.
All right, there's one coming up where Foxen's eyes are just like,
Are we seeing white magic at work?
I don't know what we're seeing.
5 on the turn. Foxen needs a 9 to eliminate Hellmuth.
oh, that was it. Hold on.
5 on the turn. Foxen needs a 9.
Oh, man, whoever made these gifts was so good at capturing those like microseconds.
You're not going to find this in any strategy books or tutorial videos at home.
So, Foxen
I mean,
eyebrows
just
raised.
amazing.
Why not?
Like I said, this is one of my favorite hands I've ever
River.
seen.
It is silent.
Just enjoy it. I mean, I tried to add in some educational value for the sake of this one, but I think a lot of the value in this hand is just enjoying Hellmuth torch it off, whether you've seen this hand before or not.
In the studio.
Shock.
No one has anything to say that would make any sense whatsoever. Imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if Alex Foxen somehow played that poorly and 3-bet got it in with Queen 4 against Hellmuth's
And
nines.
then flopped a queen.
And then flopped a queen and eliminated Hellmuth. Can you imagine the reaction?
It wouldn't be quiet in the studio.
That was a good needle.
Hellmuth
Very
off
good
the
needle, Foxen.
15 big blind stack, 3 bets, the button open, and then calls it off.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Enjoyed Phil scamming Foxen with the Queen 4-0, just like Bitcoin Latinum ended up being a scam. Ironically, though, enough shit talking against Phil. I love the guy. I think he's phenomenal, and we all torch it sometimes. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.